LGD's turn to ban. Team ban. Radiant team ban. LGD's turn to ban. Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Earth Shaker.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Earth Shaker.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
We are indeed back. I'm super curious to see how this goes, because Vici, yeah, as I said, they've kind of been on a downhill slide. They didn't quite make TI, and I figured they'd come into this tournament hungry and really coming out of the gate strong, but 1-3, not how they want to start the tournament. If they win out, there's still a chance that there's a good chance that they'll make top 4. So this is probably their make or break game. Once you get the 4th loss, you're pretty much relegated to lower bracket. So I'm curious to see what they do here. I don't know if we'll see anything too clowny out of them. This might be the most normal draft we'll have seen in this tournament. Yeah, coming out of the gate strong, but
there's potential. We do have a puck now. Again, it's probably not going to be a support puck, as we're going to have a Rubik as well, and this isn't EG after all. So
their make or break.
Definitely more towards the mid and even the off lane
pretty much relegated
if it comes to that. But Earthshaker really has jumped up the list. Another one of these kind of heroes we even touched on it a little bit yesterday. We saw it in the previous game. EG playing it. This is a hero that is there's potential making an impact now played, and I have nothing but great to say with Rubik as well. That was some Yellowski. Anyways, I love Earthshaker. Echo Slams are fun. Earthshaker really has jumped up the list.
Echo Slams are cool. I just like seeing Enchant Totem. Just watching them thwack someone with a huge totem for a ton of damage. It's fantastic.
On this note, I even heard, I was watching the mainstream after we finished up yesterday, and it was EG versus LGD in that game there, and they were talking about softness, actually. KBBQ, of course, Jack over there, he's very familiar with the Chinese scene, he always has like, insight. Softness is maybe, and so to clarify that off the bat, apparently he wanted to just change his name because he's had maybe for so long, and so it just felt like changing his name. And it's kind of funny though hearing why he changed it or like what the name actually means, because they don't actually really know it. I don't even think he knows. It's just kind of a name he came up with that he thought sounded cool. So that is maybe the here you see people bringing it up in chat, and we'll clarify that off the bat.
Yeah, and in all honesty, as a caster, it's a lot easier to just call them by what they're on the screen, and when a game is tilted, I mean, these are official names. They did indeed choose to do this, and it actually is a manual set process, so if it says Somnus, it's now Somnus.
I'm going to call it Somnus, yeah. That is maybe that's how that works. It's like, there's a famous basketball player in the NBA. I don't know, I think he might have.
As a caster, it's always easier to
anyways, his name, his official name used to be, like, actually on our test. He got his name changed to what's now Meta World Peace. That's actually his name. Call him Meta World Peace. I'm gonna call it Somnus. I'm gonna call this guy Somnus. It's like,
on our test is an interesting dude.
I loved it, man. Anyway, it's Lakers way back in.
He's still with the Lakers. Re-signed with them in 2015. He's still on the roster. He doesn't really play.
He's kind of like that just sits there. All right, we got the bands following up. Night Stalker next. Initially with the drought, and now coming up for LGD, you have Kunk, Clockwork, Is 4 position like the position this match? Is that safe to say? Because bans and everything, they're just so highly perfect on that role.
5 seconds.
In first phase, I think it is, because they can just cause such a big impact in the game. Especially because they don't need items, they don't necessarily need levels, it helps, but they're just so impactful with nothing. So you don't have the options that you have with a lot of other heroes where an item could change the way they play, or they're dependent on a certain team strat. They're just the most versatile picks to grab in the first phase. So whether they're the most impactful or not, I don't know about that, but as far as draft strategy, absolutely the most valuable things to pick up. Because they don't need items, they don't necessarily need
Earth Spirit, back-to-back games. Again, it last game, I mean, not to... Brit did, you know, solid, of course, for each, as he always does. But it wasn't like this high-impact hero, and I think that we kind of saw a little bit, too, why maybe he has died off a little bit as a 4 position. But you expect a lot of roaming. That with the Earthshaker, again, they have reach. That is a lot of reach between fissures and boulder smash and barrel rolls. They have ways to get in there in this game so far, just.
It's definitely a good start. I'd like to see them pick a cleaner initiation. Shaker's not bad for it, but I like him much better as counter initiation. That's what they got out of the Enigma last game, was that Enigma would run in and they would bait people around it, and then the Echo would come in, and then the Black Hole. Like, I want to see a baiting hero, whether that's an actual hard initiator or something super tanky as a frontliner, a DK, a Death Prophet. Just something that can be in the front and kind of force them to group up for that Shaker.
Yeah.
And on Vici's side, you've got a very control-heavy opener here. The Rubik Lift, the Puck Dream Coil, but I want to see damage. Right now they have very little. This is not a high damage opener. Puck does a ton of burst damage right when the Veil gets picked up, but then flattens out rapidly. Just something that can be in the front and kind of force them to... I wonder if they'll go with something like an Ursa. That's been seeing a lot of second phase bans in these games, and it did slip through, and they have the control to make it work.
Phoenix for now. Not necessarily a lot of damage, but one that they kind of have to worry about.
You know what else slipped through?
Treant.
The new up-and-coming hero this tourney. There's a No Faceless Void ban.
Oh yeah, we saw a lot of that yesterday. Yeah.
A lot, and it worked exceptionally well when paired with that Phoenix on this. Was it EG that did that?
No. Well, maybe. I know there was another team.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, Newbie. It was Newbie in game 1 against Clutch Gamers. Very first game of the tournament. And it just absolutely devastated Clutch. It worked in the same way that OG used Tree Phoenix, where the Overgrowth or the Chronosphere would just stop the egg from getting blown up.
10 seconds
and
remaining.
Honestly, it fits their lineup really well.
I know there was another team.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, Newbie. It was Newbie in game 1 against
Omni Knight.
Very first game of the tournament. And
LGD's turn to pick.
It worked in the same way that OG used Tree Phoenix, where the Overgrowth or the Chronosphere. Nah, if you're Vici, this looks like another 4 Protect 1E style lineup. I would be surprised to see a Terrorblade. I called it last time, and that's just how it's looking again. I don't like Terrorblade. I really just don't. And this is a very similar lineup to when Vici picked Terrorblade 5th pick yesterday. They had all of those stuns, they had a Phoenix, they had a Rubik. And they grabbed it last pick and ended up winning. I don't know if you can say it was on the back of the 4 Protect 1 around Terrorblade or Death Prophet just kind of being a potato in the late game, or I don't know. It was a weird game. If you want to go watch a weird replay, go watch IGVG from yesterday. That was bizarre. They had a Phoenix, they had a Rubik, and they grabbed it last pick. And
reserve time.
I don't know if you can say it was on the back of the 4 Protect 1 around Terrorblade or Death Prophet just kind of being a potato in the late game. I don't know. It was a weird game. If you want to go watch a weird replay, and it makes me wonder what they want to do with the Silencer. Silencer versus Puck is not a great matchup for the Silencer, but it's not impossible by any means. So maybe seeing the mid-soul come out. If it's a lane support for Ursa, it may struggle a little bit. Omni Knight is pretty good into that lane, and Ursa can 1v1 and Omni just fine. That's like one of the most skill-based matchups in Dota. It's very, very back and forth. Ursa catches Omni out of position, Omni's just dead. But definitely curious. Yeah, LGD, same concept, same thought process as I had, getting rid of that TB. And Vici thinking this is going to be a support silencer with the Storm Spirit ban. So what's left if you're LGD? Queen of Pain? Nia? Ember? Sure.
Radiant team pick.
definitely curious. Yeah, LGD, same concept, same thought process as I had, getting rid of that TV. And Vici, yeah, he's just been in a weird spot. Like, he fell totally out of favor, because if you look at LGD's lineup, they suck at hitting buildings. Like, they're so bad at hitting buildings. All you're going to have is your Earthshaker. That's not that much, and he has to get in melee range to do it. So, that's definitely going to be LGD's problem. This is why Ember quit being a Dota hero for a while. And I thought with the return of Rasta, he would come back with a vengeance, because then you have a building hitter in your support. But yeah, I like the Chaos Knight pick here from Vici.
All you're gonna have is your Earthshaker. That's not
There's just not a lot of ways to take him down outside of Echo.
So that's definitely gonna be LGD's problem. This is why Ember quit being a hero for a while. And I thought with the return of Rasta, he would come back with a vengeance, because then you have a building hitter in your support. But yeah, I like the Chaos Knight pick here from Vici. There's just not a lot of ways to take him down outside of Echo.
And we saw the explosive potential that comes when CK gets to his armlet pretty close to free farm. He could just insta-give almost any hero in the game. But again, both teams are going to struggle a little bit to take high ground. Like, I did see chat mentioning, I've seen it before, where Ursa goes a Desolator second or third. Basically, Lifesteal, Blink, Deso, BKB. But you still got to be in melee range. Like, to actually hit buildings, it's hard to get up the hill. You've got Fade Bolt, you've got Phoenix. There's just a lot of ways to put people out.
I did see chat mentioning, I've seen it before, where Ursa goes a Desolator second or third. Basically, Lifesteal, Blink, Deso, BKB. But you still got to be in melee range. Like, to actually hit buildings, it's hard to get up the hill. You've got Fade Bolt, you've got Phoenix. There's just a lot of ways to put people out.
Just looking at drafts, players' skill had nothing to do with it. I think I'd slide slightly on Vici. I think it's a little more flexible. They don't need big ults to take fights. And I just think Earth Spirit's not in the best position right now as a Dota hero.
Well, Chaos Knight is gonna find 11 down here, and he's gonna start doing plenty of damage to him, but 11's not backing off, man. He got the vision first, and he's gonna throw that out. They just kind of trade auto attacks a little bit, and eventually they've had enough. Nice little slugfest. They back off from one another.
Brutal, savage.
Quite the exchange there.
Brutal, savage. Great.
Vici is kind of advancing with the smoke, but if they do walk up the hill, they could walk into a very, very painful situation.
Fly on his Rubik.
30 seconds to
Come up right here. There's the lift on the silencer. Ursa, not much he can do. Icarus dive in. Yao is in trouble. This should be the first blood. This is the question. It'll be Yang purification to secure that kill.
Yeah, fantastic there. That was the one they had to grab. If they grab Ursa and he starts just turning on Phoenix, Phoenix has to take dive and dive out right away. And Victoria was waiting so long just to help mid lane out in case they went up that way, or just to start level 1 in mid. Maybe help with the block a little bit. So in no position to help, and they managed to get a very quick kill on Fatser. Nice little opening there from Vici.
Yeah, this is a team that's proving time and time in this event here that they're good at the early rotations, especially. In fact, again, just coming off the previous game against EG, they were up to a 5-0 start even. They got the first blood just like they did there. And they were heavily aggressive in the middle lane in the back A, skinking Earthshaker 3 times or so. But then as the game picked up, you know, obviously it fell apart there, and that's maybe kind of been a trend of sorts. So once again, a nice early start for VG, but it's a matter of how do they progress off of it now. The game continues, but the lefts are kind of interesting. Rubik's up here with Omni Knight.
I can absolutely appreciate this. It's gonna make it so Yang really can't die up here. It would take a massive mistake for him to fall. And if you can, at the very least, get him to his boot or a soul ring, just something, he'll be in so much better shape. Just as Ori can handle pressure in mid.
Yeah. Earth Spirit trying to figure out where he wants to be. Victoria realizing what's going on, and Courier delivered. We'll try to counter ward here, and they'll be able to do so. Block the camp. Unfortunately, could not get it before the minute mark. So that'll wait for the 2 minutes here.
I definitely like 11 down here, realizing that they can't do anything to him until they hit level 2. So he's just essentially competing with the CK head-to-head for farm. Once they get level 2 and have both abilities up on CK and have Fiery Spirits on Phoenix, then he's going to have to play a little more scared. But at the moment, taking full advantage of the lack of kill potential here from Vici.
Yeah. lack of kill. They don't have that at the top lane as Yang picked the kill on Victoria. I unfortunately did not catch that, but lived into the
Yeah, I caught the very end of it. As soon as Vici caught 2, they went looking for the support, and they managed to grab him. Once you had Degen and Fadeable, it was just too much for the level 1 supports.
Middle lane matchup, Ember Spirit versus Puck. So lane that Puck perhaps wins here. Ember Spirit 12-1 so far.
Yeah, all in all, I'd say it's a pretty even matchup that can go heavily in Ember's favor if Ember gets ahead. If you can't break the Flame Guard with just 2 spells right away, then you're in a really bad spot on the Puck, because he can just run at you every time that's up.
Middle lane matchup, Ember Spirit versus Puck. Got Victoria going for the Hail Mary attempt on the barrel roll right there. Unfortunately, it comes up short, so... And that just kind of walks it up. Genara also leveled up Leon. Yang, of course. So you can advance that here. Wow, needed to come into play. At this point, too, Purification used very early on once the cooldown to reset. Quick enough if necessary, but it's not. As Ursa decided to stop chasing and Lift kind of helps with that. So they're going to be fun at the top lane, but so essentially having to have 2 supports up here though because of how them having Rubik at the top lane.
Yeah, it's totally negating Ember Spirit roaming at all.
You mean Earth Spirit, yeah. Assume Ember Spirit's going to be fun in the middle. 2 spirits though. Losing vision. All right, well, let me know when you're good to go again.
Yeah, it's totally.
Earthshaker. He's taking that harassment as you were talking about here. You got Ember or Phoenix more so. Fire spirits are up and going to continue to apply this. In fact, they're going for the kill. No cast bolt just yet. He does have reality rift up necessary. Trying to get the vision. Just auto attacks are more than enough though. Might as well save that mana if you don't need it. And they easily pick up the kill at the bottom lane. So again, this very early start for Vici-Gaming. He goes down to the lane meanwhile. So finally a kill for LGD. And this at this point you'll see Rubik have not to be. I don't know if he got low as well TP'd out or what, but with him gone, that proved to be a pretty easy kill. On to the Omni Knight. And now we have continuing to farm the bottom lane with Earthshaker, of course, coming back in, but now he's going to have to think about that roaming as we're discussing and looking to be useful elsewhere, perhaps, maybe even the middle lane, but obviously a Puck is difficult to set up that gank on. He does have that fade shift, and Ember Spirit can't really do much about that either, especially the illusory orb away, but Earth Spirit also coming in, so maybe 3 heroes come together. That could be a difference maker here. As Phoenix is going to control the bounty room, so free farm though, middle lane, 30-4 Puck right now, 26-2 here on the Ember Spirit. At the top lane,
I have vision again. DOTA.
Back in.
Back in.
Good, good, good. Hopefully you don't have that DC issue that was on yesterday.
No loss yet. Yeah, if we take a look at the last hits here, it's interesting to see how even it all looks right till you get to the offlaners. The Earthshaker took so much advantage of the early levels he was able to get. He got an Iron Talon and he's using that to jungle. Basically double the Omni's farm, and this is with them committing a support up here to help the Omni Knight.
To be fair, at the net worth side of it, Omni Knight is actually ahead of the Earthshaker, but being 2-1 compared to an 0-1 Earthshaker,
yeah, 2 kills
sticking in there. So that's where it's so good news that is for VG. As Somnus, aka Maybe, pops a 5-minute shrine that just spawned recently. And we'll head back towards the middle lane, but Puck, he has his Dream Coil now, so we'll see if that can come into play, but of course Fire Raven is also online for Ember Spirit. For the getaway top lane, Omni Knight's in trouble. Gonna pop that stick though, puts on the repel just in case, and gets away. Here comes that Dream Coil, only caught the one, however, on the Earth Spirit, and should be able to take him out. Yes, they do. Purification actually secures the kill in the end, so they'd be a 1 out of it, but Dream Coil, if that hit, it could have been a double kill with it.
Yeah, all in all, though, they were out of resources. They'd used Puck's Illusory Orb, Waning Rift, and the Fade Bolt on Rubik. They were out of damage anyway. They maybe could have killed a better target, like the Ursa, if they got him with the coil, but you're totally fine spending your cooldowns 1-for-1 there.
Love this hero. Phoenix using the Icarus dot, picks up the haste here, and then zooms on over to the bounty room. back down here, so very good at controlling those runes. Elf's going to the bottom lane. He does have that Chaos Bolt. Now he's trying to get it off. The line of sight's an issue. The Sunray on top of the Chaos Bolt. Long done, no 11. Puts the big drum. Here comes supporting Cat. Now Phoenix, he's definitely dead. Can they also maybe cheat on this Chaos stuff? What's going to Shaker still? He is level 6, but obviously no Phantasm just yet. Reality Rift, wants this kill. He'll get it with the last hit. The walk cost now. As it up with a lift from Rubik coming out the Fire Remnant and double kill. 4-7 is there. It's said and done. So wipe the battle at the bottom lane. It ends up being a 2-for-1.
Yeah, that's a solid run there from Somnus. I'm just impressed with how well he manages mana pool. All he has right now is a stick for any extra mana, and he used 2 different Remnant jumps and all of his other skills once. That was very impressive to make sure he used everything effectively. The CK almost got out thanks to that Rubik lift.
But not the case there. It's not leveling up Phantasm at level 6. I mean, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, especially if you're not going to go anything that gives you a bunch of mana. It's just way too hard to support all of those skills.
That makes sense, yeah. The Reality Rift's only 50 mana, but we got the Chaos Bolt at 140, and then ultimately he did have it at 125, so not the largest mana pool as could be an issue, so not having it just yet.
And a part of it's just the risk reward on level 1 ult as well. If it's only summoning 1 Phantasm, it's really lackluster to spend 125 mana on with that pool. If it summons 2, it ups your kill potential just a ton. But if you do low roll it, it sucks.
I mean, I'm picking up the phase boots here. Not that purification as we see, but again, you get the 1 point of repel earlier on. They'll contest against that top lane. Although Ursa doesn't really care for the most part, but it's good against the Silencer.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself, and the only thing I could come up with was, yeah, if the Silencer gets too close and you have phase boots, you just run him down and kill him. But it just seems a little odd, because I'm assuming he's going to want an Aether Lens at some point in this game. Arcane's really nice way to build up to it, but opting for the more aggressive approach here, grab a phase.
Ooh, Smoking, Rubik, and Puck included. She has a regen rune also bottled up. Green Cole ready to go. They're going to head towards the top lane, so they would love to kill Ursa if it comes to it, but Silence may have to be what they take. In fact, the Ember Spirit's also pops out nearby. Be another big one. Waning Rift, Silence comes out, and yes, they get a kill. Not enough from Yao coming out. He puts the Arcane's Curse, but he's going for the TP now. Good decision on his part, at least.
Yeah, very nice TP, but that is the best target they could have found with that smoke game, too.
And then bottom lane, they take out the Earthshaker. Chaos Knight, Chaos Bolt, as well as Phoenix Assistant. Couldn't do a thing, but yeah, happening on in Ember Spirit here in the jungle, absolutely big for Vici.
Yeah, this is fantastic for Lgd, or for Vici, because this Earthshaker's early start has been negated. He's died now twice in a row, has made 0 progression, basically since he got the Talon. Like, he just limped to Power Treads 5 minutes later. If you slow down his blink timing, it's extremely hard for Lgd to take 5v5s.
Shaker, 48 Omni-Knight right on top of him. Vision's going to have it on a Rubik, but he's on the wrong side, unfortunately. And Ursa has to come back in. But you just see Yang just sitting up here. The R level 2 now that degen R. Waning Rift finishes off Earthshaker. Ursa, though, pops the overpower. Furious 5 setting up. Repels put out, however. And allowing him to keep his distance. Meanwhile, elsewhere, they actually cut off Yao. Looks like Chaos Knight mixed the split up here to help kill Silencer, and now they're going to go for the tower kill. Again, these rotations of Vici are very on point. And they're going to get a tower kill and objective on top of it.
Yeah, this is definitely the cleanest looking game I've seen out of them so far in this tournament. Their only win they had up to this point was the 4 Protect 1 TB that they were pretty much losing all game. But this is a lot cleaner. They're very decisive in what they want to do. They're rotating every time the Dream Coil is up. I'm really liking what Vici's doing right now.
Being aggressive, they have carry that definitely has that potential, to, especially with that Chaos Bolt and Reality Rift. Got the potential to help burst people and lock it down even.
And if the Earthshaker's blink is going to be this delayed, if you're Lgd, you almost have to try to just put 4 bottom, make like an aggressive move, and sneak your Ursa into Roshan, so that you pull all of Vici down to the bot lane, and then maybe you come away with Roshan for free. Because if you're just going to wait for him to get blink in like 6-7 minutes, you're just going to be losing heroes constantly until then. And if the Earthshaker's blink is going to be this delayed,
another smoke up. This time Phoenix going to be included, as well as Chaos Knight actually, you know, Rubik here as well, so the 3 of him look throughout their own jungle currently. Maybe we're into Earthshaker. Earthshaker, he actually went full Power Treads here earlier. Now he's working on that blink, but they knew he's here.
Yeah, treads just do so much damage with enchant. It's become the standard on Earthshaker. He might die again here though.
Yeah, that reality rift, and look at where he is too. He has nowhere to go. And Rubik's like, thank you for using fish. I'll gladly take that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Middle lane, meanwhile, Magnetite's up with the repels on Ori, allowing him to save the shot. Drink cold to use, lock in 3 here. Also looks like actually 2 of them only. First Spirit will fall. That's where he saw a puck now. Supernova in, and that forces Lgd to turn around. Purification guild forward. They're going to keep their distance from the Supernova, not going to be hit. Somnus actually gets better advantage on those, fits in, but backwards in. He'll be fine, but VG, again, just gets hit with this momentum. It just seems like a thing that's not going to stop here.
Yeah, this is great. As soon as anything starts to look downhill for them, as soon as anything looks bad, ooh, this might be bad.
It's bad.
Okay. All right, somebody finally dies. But like that Supernova there was a great use of it. He just dove in a little bit past where the puck was, threw it up, and it made Lgd second guess if they could all in on that. The puck was absolutely dead otherwise. But the Supernova with a great save there.
As soon as anything starts to look downhill for them.
It's funny seeing that again, like you said, full life, you know, it's one of those decisions that are like, oh, that's just silly. But no, it forced the reaction out of Lgd, you know, chose to fall back. So, you know, very aggressive use of it, sure, but it's not the longest slow down. It's going to be back up in 50 seconds here for Amy. And unfortunately, in the long run, puck does die, but ultimately, VG still has a lot to be excited for, including this Chaos Knight in his farm. But Ember Spirit on the other side is doing very well. 5,700 worth leading the way. We are going to be seeing this Radiance build, apparently. Right after Ring of Aquila.
See Boots of Travel flying out right now? Yeah, okay.
That makes
I was gonna say, getting it before Boots would just be crazy, but he does have his Boots of Travel now that'll let him move around the map a lot more. And it's great, that's playing. Oh, first it dies here though.
The Ancients also right on top of them. It comes a global silence though, and that will stall the Radiant side. In fact, on the Ori in the back line says he was being jumped by maybe there, but he gets out before the turn kill happens, and Dream Coil also unfortunately wasted right there.
Yeah, you traded Dream Coil though for his Remnant, forcing ES out, and the Global. You're more than happy to trade a Coil for a Global.
House Knight, Rift going to be the last side up, but he eventually gets it off to Earthspear. Purification does this damage here, comes the DP though. From Earthshaker, that is. It's that Icarus dive again into the Supernova. So once again, going to sell them out and buy all the time they need to push the tower. These Supernovas not getting kills by any means, but it's going to work.
Yeah, this is the best way to use Supernova, especially against the Nursa. All it takes is one overpower, and he's going to rip through a level 1 egg. But with the way he's using this, it's so hard for Lgd to commit and actually kill the egg, or to kill target that they're committed to, because they don't want to risk getting 3-man stunned. I'm loving the way Amy's playing this Phoenix. It is great.
Yeah.
And it's totally different than the way OG runs it, where they need the Phoenix egg to win these big team fights.
Now they move to the top lane. You have Chaos Knight, Echo Saber in the works here. Yeah, with the Armlet first. I believe that's the same build we saw him go last game even, against EG in that case. You want to do into that into BKB. If BKB is necessary this game, it probably wouldn't, right?
Oh, yeah. It's even just a way to break global silence. It's perfectly fine if that's what you use it for. But just get guided by Ember's heals them all.
Oh, the repel put up on a puck allows to just jump in freely. Waning Rift, they're chasing out 11 with that Sunray. Nice position to block off TP chance for Silencer as well. Here, that kill can 11 escape from this. He doesn't have his blink yet. He's still running, but Puck's going to be able to run him down with that blink and eventually gets the kill. Meanwhile, though, that's a kill on Elf at the top lane. Playing that Chaos Knight, that's a streak stopper, a nice little bounty coming out for Somnus here. So, almost a lap of sorts for Lgd there.
Yeah, it's a great kill to get on Somnus. It's pushing him closer to the Radiance, but Lgd can't lose this Earthshaker anymore. That's more unreliable gold down the drain. That's further away from Blink Dagger. That is the core of your lineup. That is how you take 5v5s. It's how you take objectives. I mean, they have to be babying him a little more and make sure he gets to this before his next death.
Yeah. Same time, you do got to wonder, you know, why is he up there? This team is elsewhere, so get it both ways. Where the fault lies. The point is, VG, last thing they want to do is get complacent with where they're at, and again, it goes back to even the previous years we were just talking about. We saw the early game was a very good start, but really, once the mid trying to pick up, is where they start to fall behind. So they have a 2,000 net worth lead. They have to keep their advantage, though. Keep that push going. especially with the Chaos Knight. On that, what did he choose to go for? He went with those drums, and now he's trying to build into that hand of Midas, so go putting the sense of drums, but yeah, he's not now guarding yourself here.
Which you're gonna feel like he needs against global silence at some point. He's got to find some way to at least strip the global, and whether it's gonna be Greaves, Yules, Lotus, it doesn't matter, but he's gonna need something.
Luck bottom, global silence committed for this. They really want this. Echo Slam is here as well, just in case. They should. I don't think he's getting out though. In fact, the Echo Slam really just in case to get a gun. Now Chaos Knight goes in, but see your teammates in driven one by one as one. Chaos Knight's in a lot of trouble with Silver. Rubik trying to assist from distance, but the Phantasm knocks him by the responsible illusion. Oh, maybe it would. I talk a lot better for smash. However, they're not going to pursue. They choose to back off, and runs in to heal him up. I'm surprised Chaos Knight actually lived there.
It's so hard to see the intricacies when we're obsing on the Chinese plant because of the delay on it. But like that echo didn't come after he died. It was actually part of the kill. And the CK ulting there was so he could armlet top. He basically shut the armlet off mid-Phantasm and turned it on. So in that little delay time when he was fading back in, he was gaining the health back from 1. That was a fantastic use of the ultimate there to keep him alive.
Just 11, all of a sudden, losing puck. It still sucks, but it could have been much worse if you're VG at that point. But a smoke game coming up for Lgd now, really trying to control this bottom part of the map here. You do have to blink on Ursa. Obviously, he will have to use that. I don't know if he's showing that just yet, but the Vlaps here. And they're hunting for this, but...
And Vici right now knows, okay, Ursa blink, they might be going to Roche. Whether they know the blinks are up or not, he's got some goal. It's 18 minutes in. So they're going to be super aware of this Roche pit, trying to control it. And Lgd actually gets a scan out, seeing them there. So yeah, Lgd knows this Roche is happening. And their Earthshaker blink is up.
But a nice friendly double damage ring spawn for Chaos Knight, and that's going to make Roshan die pretty quickly right here, so you got to go. Earthshaker level 2, Echo Slam is not ready. 45 seconds, so I guess he has the blink, but yeah, they're not going to risk it. Down he goes. This is the worst case for picking a fight when he just got the Aegis. Chaos Knight is going to be canceled though. Looking for another target. Chaos Bolt is going to pull the Reality Rip. Not Spirit does get out. Ursa lifted up. Gonna feed it. Now Ursa's in the Guardian Angel used. Gonna jump to the level, saving herself sorts. And he's gonna look like it's a shrine user right there. The global silence now coming out, and he cannot chase down the Ursa. He gets the blink off in time, and now Omni Knight's in some trouble himself. Magnetizes up. He's definitely gonna fall. The silence still affecting that Chaos Knight. He's finding himself trying to run people down, but he's being kind of very healthy throughout the fight. 11 trying to continue that trend, but the zap coming out from FY there to finish the job onto him. So that was a very curious fight, though.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen when you didn't get Supernova. You didn't get Zoning Tool, and you just pop. At the very least, they do get the Aegis, which is really nice for them. And I thought maybe that fight would make CK go, hey, I need a blink, or I need a BKB. I'm struggling to actually move in these team fights, because he's just getting jerked around so much. But instead, he has this plan that, hey, their only AoE is pretty much Earthshaker. Like, yeah, there's some other stuff in Magnetize or Ember Spirit, but he's gonna just go hard and try to make his illusions too tanky to bring down. And I thought maybe that fight would make CK go, hey,
it's gonna be a while though. This next item plan right here, and you're already queued up, so it's gonna be a lot of farm needed for Elf, if that's the game plan. That's gonna be a window now for Lgd to really make things happen, including the Radiance finish on some this year. Just about there. Radiance recipe only 1350, so.
Yeah, this will be one of the biggest power spikes for Lgd. They got their Shaker Blink, they've got their Ursa Blink, and they're going to have their Radiance.
And they're going to kill on a puck right there. The Echo Slam locks him down. Obviously, it allows for the follow-up onto Ori. He's playing the puck, so now a power push on for this. And this is the game where you kind of start feeling that Lgd is starting to gain momentum. And that's scary for people at this point. They're going to retreat from the tier 1, though.
I don't know. This Omni item build is just throwing me for a loop. He went drums, but his Rubik's going drums. And so much of that item's value is in the aura that it's giving. And having your support get it after a core just feels a little disjointed. And the Omni's still trying to figure out how he's going to break global.
Yeah. Is Ursa even going? I'm going to get confused on that. It's actually going to go BKB next, so. That's one of Guardian Angels proven to be an issue, but as we saw in the last fight, when Guardian Angels popped, they did just hide away. Ursa even ended up escaping himself, dramatic fashion. as he got away from the Chaos Knight right there. So, yeah, that's they're gonna push the tier 2 at this point. Guardian Angel is up in 5 seconds, so they will have everything ready to go. See if that hope it could be a better position than the previous fight if it's necessary.
I mean, this is just reminding me a lot, though, of the TV game they ran early in this tournament, because they really are saying we're going to protect the CK with our lives. That's the goal of the Supernova. The Puck's going a whole bunch of defensive items. They're going to let him make sure you can peel people off the CK. I like the idea. It's just whether or not Chaos Knight can get big enough.
Gets his Radiance delivered, but now the Curse to the Bath is going for the deep, but here comes the Drain Coil, and Ember Spirit's almost in panic mode at this point. All 5 come together, Slide of Fish trying to delay, but he will get picked off. So again, good news, bad news. He gets the Radiant, but 5-man gank shortly after happens onto him. And now
fairly expensive 5-man gank. That was Coil, that was Supernova. And Ursa still got a tower up in the T1 top, so not the greatest trade for Vici, but if they can set it up into a tier 2 push that's not very defendable for LGD, still will be profit for them.
And it's more time that AG needs again for this heart on Chaos. It's like you said, that's an expensive item we're looking at right here. How much is it? 5,200 in total. 2,300 right now, so he's working towards it. But once he gets that, he is going to be ridiculously difficult to actually take down in this game.
Yeah, he will. I almost would like to see a Satanic over Heart in the way that illusions work, where they work off base stats. I think the Satanic's lifesteal and the extra little bit of damage you get on it might be a little better for him. And he does have it switched now to a BKB instead of a Heart.
Okay.
That's the problem when you're building a big item. You have so much time to think about it. You second guess it a whole bunch.
You second, exactly. And gotta kind of wonder, I mean, his momentum's actually been pretty good, so it's almost like you'd maybe be better off going for the Heart. But yeah, he's gonna switch to BKB and wants that a little bit sooner. But now Puck at the top lane, again, gonna be Echo Slam is disjointed though because of the phase shift. He blinks away, and before he actually escapes this illusory orb, yes, he is going to get away. In fact, Dreamcoil now catches Earthshaker, and 11 will force a snap right there. Reality Rift is just out of range. He gets canceled over and over. Kept his distance and will survive. There's the Age of Speed reclaimed meanwhile, but great escape from Warrior 11, just unfortunately, this time that Echo Slam.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That phase shift was so clutch. Man, Reality Rift is such an annoying skill. All it takes is one little bit of fog, and it can destroy you.
That's why you see that constantly. It's almost like, why does he keep canceling it? No, that's the vision. It's the vision kicking in, the lack of vision, that is. Dealing out right there. Omni Knight does get a Yule Scepter call right now, so that's going to be his way to deal with Silencer.
So that's going to be multiple Yules now. Puck has his as well. And it's going to be a good way to break multiple. It's a good way to peel the Ursa or the Ember Spirit off of CK. And you can actually purge all of the Flame Guard with one Yule. So that is a nice way to strip a lot of Ember's defensive capabilities as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Ursa, haven't paid too much attention to him lately, but actually has a Desolator now finishing the stash, so should start paying attention to him now. He had that BKB queued up here first, actually, but gets a change of heart coming in.
Actually purge all of the Flame Guard with
he chooses the Desolator over it. Heart, yeah.
Yeah, they're feeling like they're getting some momentum back, and if you have momentum, you need a way to get buildings as well. This is going to be their chance to get a +1 after they win a team fight. They can actually potentially get a building kill with it. Like, the tier 1 mid is still standing 25 minutes in.
Puck is looking for somebody. He did find the Earthshaker for a split second, but quick Blink Dagger away and means no interaction. Silencer, Global Silence is ready. Fight breaks out. Talk about those couple of Yules though, and Repel on top of that, so it's ideally for Vici not going to be that effective as well.
This could really hurt for Vici though. If 11 finds a good jump.
Position, they are smoked up. There's a very aggressive Global Silence coming out there. Trying to lock to the Chaos Knight, but the offensive Yule is going to be used. 11 down in the air, puts the Echo Slam as soon as he comes down, but now Chaos Knight's able to do plenty of damage with the BKB up as well. And Ursa's also going to fall for a double kill for Yang actually on the Omni Knight, picks it up. So the bait works out. It's going to be 3 kills in total. At the very end, Chaos Knight picks up the last one.
What a nice time to show off your shiny new 10-second BKB on this CK.
Yep.
That was just bizarre. 11 almost got his smoke popped by the Rubik and the Phoenix. If he had managed that and snap out of them, totally different team fight. But instead, they're going the tankiest freaking of BG with an Omni behind him. I mean, yeah, just odd target selection from LGD there is going to cost him a tier 3.
They almost fought that as if they didn't really think that people were nearby, especially the Omni Knight. Maybe they just didn't see him, but yeah, right. Clearly, that decision kind of bit them in the ass. And Vici, though, good coordination coming out from them, and obviously the offensive Yules is also fun to see. Right there to kind of stall them as long as possible and allow Chaos Knight to get that BKB off, as he was able to do so. So that ends up being not only a tier 3, but the melee racks as well. Definitely a mistake from LGD. They are going to be thinking about for a long time, but definitely still a game left. 7,000 net worth lead, though, for VG at this point.
Yeah, this is the part where Ember needs to fix his merit. He's got to be able to get a lot of gold in the next few minutes, shoving out all these lanes, trying to put Vici in a position where they're always pushing lane up themselves as opposed to taking these big team fights. And they're going to find a decent pick.
Puck, I feel like, has had some trouble this game. I mean, it's only 4 deaths, so from that perspective, not that crazy, but keeps getting caught out in these spots. That's just how the hero works, though, sometimes.
Well, and 11's been very good about fishing from out of vision. Like, right there, he fished from the high ground where Puck didn't see him, and then just instantly blink and chant totem. So it was a nice way to make sure he couldn't phase shift the early parts of the damage.
Puck, I feel like, has had some trouble this game. I mean, it's only 4 deaths, so Ember Spirit continuing to top the charts, though. Nearly 14,000 net worth farm on him. Ursa.
If he doesn't get about 5,000 more gold, though, in the next, like, 10 minutes or less, I mean, that's asking a lot. He's just not going to be able to kill the CK.
What does he... well, so he's going Lincoln's here. It's almost finished. So if he needs that another big item, then it seems like what that you're getting at, what is it, the Maelstrom here? Or?
I mean, he wants one defensive. Lanes at the very least is top lift. Pretty much the big thing. It's lift, reality, or chaos. 3 of those are very important. Or use and then yeah, I think it has to be like a Maelstrom. Or rapiers.
We'll just start throwing in some rapiers already, yeah.
I mean, if you go like Lincoln's and then Blink, you're kind of at that spot. If you're losing once you have those 2 items, goes for BKB.
Instead of the Lincolns? Okay, yeah. That instead.
And that's better for team fights. 10 seconds of Magic Community is far better than blocking one spell. But it's not any mana regen, which he's kind of hurting for right now. And you don't really want to blow a BKB if you're just pushing and kind of get caught.
They scan them out. They know they're coming in. The timing, though, is just a little bit too late as Icarus dive in. Unfortunately, we get Phoenix killed very quickly. Couldn't even get the egg off right there. The full no reality rift coming out from Alfred. Repel is put up. He pops his BKB to get that silence off, though, because the Repel was put up too early. And then he pops the Phantasm. Silence are going to be picked off. They do lose a couple teammates over the process, including Puck, actually. And Chaos Knight just has to run with no BKB to use. Gang keeping his distance. He was in a pretty poor position, unfortunately, that whole fight. He kind of got zoned out. And now Chaos Knight is going to be run down. The Age is going to be used pretty damn quickly right here. Omni Knight, he's finding himself in trouble too. He actually has Guardian Angel still. Will that actually come into play at this point? It looks like it. He is going to pop it. They do not have a defusal, I believe. So Chaos Knight just going to simply go for the TP out. That ain't going to work though. Fidget out of the face enchant totem, and that's a kill on a Chaos Knight, as well as the Aegis Burn on top of that. LGD, huge Roshan fight. That's very
yeah. I mean, absolutely massive coming out of them. The GA, as you said, just didn't get used. And then the Phoenix had to almost throw his life away there because Ember Spirit was running into the pit and the Aegis was just sitting on the ground. Chaos Knight got chained just out of range of picking it up. And it was going to be a disaster if Ember grabbed the Aegis.
Ursa, another Yule's even coming out. Blink now, gonna get off in time to pop the magic wand. Eventually will be run down right there, so they do get something out of this. Tier 2 tower was taken out though by LGD. The rest are gonna retreat from there, so again, the positioning of the fight for Vici, they were just a little bit too spread out. Chaos Knight, he got the quick pick on a silencer, but that's not necessarily the target you really, especially after he already used his ultimate. Did you get something out of this? Not the target you really need to be focusing down, of course, in those fights. So.
Yeah, and this is where you have to start wondering if Omni wishes he went Guardian Greaves, because it takes so long to get rid of Global if all you have is a Yules, and when you're the person that has to instantly be casting something, oh, someone's getting gone on, I need to repel that one person, you can't Yules yourself, wait for you to come down, and then do it. You just don't have time. Yeah, he's realizing the same thing. He's got a Lotus queued up now. That will take care of it, but yeah, needs to make sure he gets there before LGD potentially knocks the base.
Evan Talbert. Oh, someone's getting gone on. Definitely a good tool against the Ursa. At this point, Ursa speaking up him. He wants to finish that BKB. That death will slightly delay it. but looking to pick that up here. And he's going to farm out this bottom lane, realizing that no one's actually here. Has the teammates nearby, but as we see on the mini-map, Vici, they are elsewhere at this point in time. So Rubik currently has overpower stolen, not the most ideal ability. He's looking to...
It looks funny, though.
Take, yeah, I would imagine. Rapidly attacking.
Yeah, he just goes like twitchy mode.
Fireballs starting to play out. Earthshaker, Shadow Blade on him, so kind of just continuing that trend of the more initiation tool to work with here. Defensive manner. Guardian Angel up in about 10 seconds, and it seems like VG ready to make something else happen, and a Shrine kill would be nice.
Shrine kill would be great. I mean, if they had killed the Shrine before that Roshan attempt, totally different fight. They're just a little scared. After how badly they got burned on that last fight, they're reevaluating. They want to make sure they're not caught in a bad position. And the CK has an AC Q. Normally, I'm a huge fan of this item on CK. This game, I'm not so sure. A lot of the damage coming out is between Ember and Earthshaker right now. That's, for the most part, magic.
Totally different fight.
Yeah, of course, great against the Ursa, but has that been the issue? Is the point? Is Ursa really going to be looking at focusing him? So I kind of agree with you, actually.
If they feel like the game is going to end, soon, I'd go Halberd.
Yeah.
It's just so good at stopping Totem from blocking you in the face.
Wow, big. Really aggressive flanking from Rubik right there. He goes down as a result, and the Global Silence also helping get that kill. They also lock down Puck. He's going to be throwing in the air with the Eels, trying to live through this. A nice Supernova positioning. Ursa runs at it, though. Furious Rod setting up. Can he get it in time? No, he cannot. It goes up. Ursa will fall. He is stained it, by the way, for about a minute. And the Icarus dive away coming out from Phoenix. Sunray is now on top of his teammate, but Somnus going in. Echo Slam on two in the back lines. Omni Knight, as well as the Chaos Knight. The Knights are falling. As Chaos goes down, and so does Omni Knight. The slide of face to finish the job. And Earth Spirit wants another to be in the final into Puck, but he's a little bit too far away. That Echo Slam at the very end, though, really did it in for LGD.
Yeah, that Echo is huge. You caught the Chaos and the Omni Knight, and just... Wow, I thought that fight was going to go super hard into VG's favor after that Supernova went off. But great patience there from Levin in holding that.
Now Somnus split pushes that tier 2 bottom lane.
Somnus is getting out of control.
Is that going to be Shiva's coming out here? Waning Rift, Lift. Is it enough? I don't think it's going to.
That's his only remnant, though.
Oh, right, yeah, it's not the furthest distance. He's trying to go left, maybe juked him outside of Fizz. There he uses it, and he's good, though. And Mistburn perhaps coming to play. In fact, now Rubik's in trouble. He's trying to blink away, but 11 still hunting him down. Running up with a Shadow Blade. Fissure open to Jan Totem. There's the thwack. One more auto attack. Oh, he stole the slide of Fizz right there, but is it enough? F-Boy's actually alive, and the Purification gonna keep him alive in the long run as the Dream Coat now comes out, and 11 Yield Scepter in the air, throws him up, and prevents him from TPing out. Down goes the Earthshaker, now Victoria.
Victoria's huge. The gem's on Victoria right now.
Big kill. Gonna get it.
That's a big pickup. Oh, man. Yeah, the map has been devoid of Radiant Wards ever since it did get picked up. And this is going to be Vici's chance to get some map control back. I mean, they need this so bad right now. They're being outvisioned way too hard now.
Stealing Slide of Fist, man. That the fact that FY lived there was insane. He feels like he should not have lived. Has a good Rubik wood. He survives.
That does.
A lot about him in this Rubik. The histories. Dote's histories. Phoenix has been pretty, I guess not under fire. I mean, he does have a Yules here, but he's trying to build hand minus now.
Yeah, it's a hard fight. If you want to see Broke, look at Silencer.
To be fair, he does have the 150 gold per minute talent, but yeah, Silencer not doing that well himself. Boots of speed on Brown. And 4 staff picked up as well. Ursa, that BKB finish, and now he's trying to go into that Diffusal Blade, so wants to try to take care of that Guardian Angel here.
And I don't know if you saw the minute interaction there, but Rubik with that slight, he almost second-guessed it first, and he paused right after he came out of the stun, because there was a Curse Silent from Silencer, or Arcane Curse, and if he used the slight there and there was no other help, he was dead to the extra duration on it. So Yang coming in and giving him the heal was what actually made him live there. But that was just funny to watch, like, what was going through their heads as that was going on. He wanted the slight, he knew he'd get some time. Yang coming in with the big heal.
Clutch OmniNet right there. They're in time and doesn't even have a blink or anything like that. Just the drum Zara to increase that move speed. He's running at 410, so it's pretty damn fast actually. So able to close the gap and save him.
We're at the point we got to keep an eye on buyback statuses too. The CK is buying out a buyback for this AC, so if he does manage to get caught, this could be game losing.
Yeah, just needs that chainmail. He is level 20 as well. Picks up the 120 gold per minute talent over the 12 stats.
And that one's a pretty easy breakdown, right? 12 stats, essentially a little bit more than an ultimate. So 2100 gold. Are you gonna be in the game another 20-ish minutes?
I guess that's what it really means, right? Yeah.
And the end, it's even a little more than that before you get value out of it, because those 12 stats would help you farm faster. They might keep you alive.
Well, that and then yeah, there's that 20-minute period where then you have those 12 stats as permanent anyway. So yeah, I mean 12 stats is a fair amount, and I feel like Chaos Knight definitely could use that, but obviously he wants that. Well, not only the AC finish, but now he has that heart in mind at this point.
Yeah,
like we saw earlier.
That's the big pickup. He just has to find ways to get his illusions tankier. I still really wish this AC was a heart or even a halberd.
We'll see if he changes his mind. Changed it earlier as far as the heart goes, but
well, he already bought the AC now.
But the AC is what you're talking about. Yeah, that's true.
It does open them up that if they smoke and find anybody on LGD, though, they're going to just know.
Well, they're finding LGD, the Earthshaker right here. Yule Scepter. That Supernova is going to get off, though, but 11 escapes. Wow.
What?
Actually got out right there, and now Ember Spirit going in with the BKB. The Echo Slam on 2 including Chaos Knight and the OmniKnight. OmniKnight can get anything off. No, he cannot. He was sized over there. Chaos Knight dropping as well, and Vici throwing themselves at LGD, but you got to really give credit to the Earthshaker, who started that all off and then landed a huge Echo Slam at the end of it as well. Put them on top, and Roshan's up at 10 seconds.
He got a 4-staff blink off in between Supernova ticks.
Easy, right?
That is nuts.
Gets out, and Roshan is up now. No, I don't think they've seen it yet. Yeah, now they'll see. But can they really do it at this point? They're just going to push instead.
CK doesn't have buyback.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as LGD realizes this, they should be able to get this tier 3.
Puck has a scythe and is pushing out the bottom lane, meanwhile. He is kind of being careful with it, realizing that they're elsewhere, and actually he's going to apply a lot of pressure on this tier 3 tower, so LGD does have to make a decision here.
Yeah, who do you send back? Just the Ember, just the Earth Spirit's probably enough to push him off. As soon as LGD realizes this,
it is going to be the Ember. And as you said, it is enough to push him off. Gets out, but now Pico Roshan. Oh, this is going to be close. Okay, it is going to happen.
Victoria managed to get a blink off there, like in vision too. Oh, this is just bizarre, man. Like, Vici had this game in their clutches, and that's 3 times now that Omni CK have both been in the Echo. That can't happen.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, but I mean, yeah, they cannot be near each other is what it simply comes down to.
It's honestly, it's not that much easier said than done. You just make sure if you're Omni, you're not within 400 range of him. It shouldn't be that hard. And if it is that hard, you buy a blink. Like, Omni could be going Blink Dagger and just blinking in once that Echo comes down, but it's just been bizarre. They look to have the upper hand in some of these team fights, and then they're just getting...
I'll say this, we really haven't seen the army of Chaos either with the Phantasm. That feels like it's been almost non-existent, which is weird as that sounds for the hero, but maybe that AoE is just doing enough between the Earthshaker, and then they do have a little bit from the Ember, or the Earth Spirit as well as the Ember Spirit even.
Yeah, the Ember is putting out a ton right now. Getting an offensive Yules out onto him at the start of a fight is actually big in making sure those CK illusions do live. And he did pick up the Octarine, so he's going to try to be unkillable Ember build here. He's going to be getting a ton of regen back from Flame Guard and Radiance, as well as having that lower cooldown reduction. Yeah. I like the build here. He's just going to be really hard to kill.
Got the talent as well, 100%. And he actually is building a Refresher Orb next to top it all off. There you go.
I mean, what was it, 2 patches ago? Refresher gave you all your charges.
Yep, glad you mentioned that, yeah, because I'll talk about that too. Repel's put up on Ori. The Hex is actually the Ember Spirit. That's a prime target, but the Global Silence comes out, and now Phoenix in a bad spot. Heal Scepter, can he get the ulti off? He can. Supernova is up right here. Chaos Knight, he just burns down Scepter off to the side. So the Supernova actually is going to explode in the end. Hammer Spirit does a good job of getting away though, but the nice Reality Rift pulling off to Earthshaker gets him taken out. Guardian Angel is popped though. They have lots of supporting cast. Hammer Spirit get his way out. That Guardian Angel up. You do not want to fight into it. They're going to beat it out, but Ursa still wants to go. Overpower activated. They are going to catch Hammer Spirit with the Hex though. Hammer Spirit getting Fire Remnant once again. Put in the Sleight of Fist down. Omni Knight is going to low, but so is Ember. And he will fall. That is going to be dangerous right here. Lotus Orb up on a Yang. Maybe he's instead going to go for Chaos Knight because of it. So now Chaos Knight going to get the heal off in time. No, he cannot. Chaos Knight will fall. And that should be the end of this fight now. So nice LTP.
Great choice there from Somnus to give his life away. He had a safety remnant out and mana to go to it, but realized with Aegis, they could get a kill on a core. That's probably going to be the best use they're going to find for the Aegis in this next couple minutes, so gave his life away and they get the CK in return. That's a big pickup, and another teamfight win for LGD.
This is one of these games, man, you just can't feel too comfortable either way. I mean, you look at the net worth charts, it's been in favor of VG the whole game just about, other than a couple of notches, including this one right here at the very end, but I almost would lean more towards LGD, but at the same time, again, you really just don't know. It's going to come into who catches who, what the positioning looks like in fights, and that's what you like to see. See as the game goes much later on here. The evenly matched up teams going at it.
This game is on a hairline trigger for both teams. The problem for Vici is their initiation's fairly soft. Like, Dream Coil is not a hard stun. They're still allowed to move around. Rubik Lift is great, but doesn't last that long. CK keeps getting everything BK beat or Sleight of Fisted. It's just very hard for them to find good team fights, whereas a Blink Echo is instant. That's actually guaranteed lockdown that lets Ursa follow up. And I just feel like this Omni pick is really coming up short for them. And whether it's the player or the hero, that's up for debate. But GA, again, that last fight, didn't go off till after Phoenix was dead, after Rubik was dead. And all it did was kind of protect some CK illusions for a couple seconds.
That's actually
very late, but also credit to LGD on the other side of the perspective there that they kited away pretty well as well. When it did go up, they made sure to kind of reset and wait it out, if anything. So
yeah, Levin's been playing so well this game.
Yeah. And he's going to Shadow Blade right here. Smoke's going to be popped soon. Have that information. They do know that people are in the area. They don't necessarily have the vision on them, but they have that feeling. They're waiting for somebody to come uphill. But obviously at this point, VG is being very smart about that. They're just not going to blindly walk uphill themselves. Thus, no kill coming out. No, they're going to retreat. They're going to failed attempt, but worth trying. Another gem on Earth. Is it his own from earlier?
He's got his own and one from Rubik. There's one in base, I believe, from the Rubik or on the curve.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Base.
Okay, so they have the gem and the other one, and VG has none currently. No kill coming out. Shaker again, front lines. Man, Vici.Gaming, or their movement though, it's pretty solid here. They keep on avoiding.
I'm surprised they've managed to dodge both of these smokes now with no casualties.
Yeah. And they all get out, so not going to happen. Roshan obviously still has plenty of time before he's going to be a factor.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The timing is a little odd for LGD here. They don't really have any lanes knocking at the door of the base. So even if they find one pick, there's time for people to buy back, set up, still hold the base, and Roche is down. So I'm not quite sure what they're going for with that smoke.
Let's go back to the refresher talk as that fight was breaking out last time. You made the good point there as that it does refresh the charges now on the Fire Remnant, you know, things like the Shivas, the BKB in this case too. So, does it make sense to you is the ultimate question.
Yeah, the BKB is the biggest part. The first Spirit is just dead here. Oh boy.
Yeah. He didn't like blink in there, did he? He just was pushing it out, I guess.
Yeah, he just got caught. But yeah, all in all, I think it's very good just because he needs the extra BKB duration. He needs one to save himself if he gets coiled, and then he needs another one if he gets in that same situation like last time where CK is just beating on him. I don't know if we'll actually see 6 remnants used effectively, but I mean, it's a lot of damage. If he wants to just shotgun them all in, that's like 1,200 magic damage just on the pick alone.
Get that and the net plate on top of that, just double shotgun.
Alright. Signs of life here, though, from Vici. They do manage to finally take the shrine near Roche. This is going to let them set up some more defensive wards around the Roshan pit, and really give them vision to know if they can take this freely or not. and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that should have been the last of the smokes over on the side of LGD. And without any smokes, if ward vision's set up from Vici, it's definitely going to be hard.
LGD currently doesn't have the most vision up. I was actually just looking at the vision of both teams, and actually, okay, well, to be fair, VG's wards are now no longer there.
Yeah, they're both pretty dark.
The bottom lane was there and it just despawned, so yeah, they are both pretty dark now at this point, but there is the one offensive ward from LGD, and they are going to spot at least one person on the map, the Chaos Knight farming bottom lane.
Oh man, Grant would be flaming this Chaos Knight right now. He missed both of those siege creeps.
Levin's like, hello, and then he just walked away. Spells put up, so no chance to jump into there. Okay, he has enough gold for that heart. But again, though, it's the buyback situation. He could just buy the Reaver itself. If he really wanted to. Might as well get that strength from it, I feel like, and he would still have more than enough to buy back there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You just slot the TP out for the Reaver. The Reaver alone is actually almost bigger than heart completion as far as just the power spike it gives you. He bought out.
Yeah, he just buys the whole thing, and oh, that's a gem. That's a gem, guys. Gem. Gem. Gem.
Jam?
They don't want it. They should have. Yeah.
They should know he's the one carrying it. He's carried gems the entire game.
So this is important, though, as we were talking about. This is a buyout of a heart on a Chaos Knight. They're really hoping this is an early Roshan, and it's not even close.
It's definitely not. 10.5 minutes? That's rough.
Yeah, they're going to be around for a while.
Alright, so he gets to this. He replaces, I would assume, the Echo Saber over the armlet for a Scotty. And then you're pretty much done. I mean, you hit like a freight train. You're really hard to bring down, but you're super kiteable. And that's the biggest thing. It's all beyond LGD. I think a lot of this is going to come down to 11's fishers. Keep the BKB going. Those can put a huge stop in using your BKB to get a kill or put pressure on somebody. So definitely look for a win in these team fights. He's going to be the guy making or breaking them.
7,500 gold saved up on Ember Spirit, meanwhile. He's going to try to save out for a buyback with this refresher, but there you go. He has a refresher, and that's just enough for a buyback. So. And it's not your typical item choice in here like Ember Spirit, but because that patch change mixed in with, it's also good for the BKB and the Shivas in this case.
And other than the CK getting an insane chaos streak on it, the burst damage doesn't exist from Vici. It's all very slow, all very steady, and if he knows there's a bunch of bursts coming, he can actually, like Shiva's refresher, Shiva's slam all his remnants down and use them, and just get a ton of health back from the Octarine. So I'm really curious to see if he gets in a situation where he has to use it as almost a healing tool. It could be really cool to see.
Somebody come back and get that gem. Yeah, Puck does have it. Okay. I think that's the one that they got a burst. Yeah, because I was looking for it and it seems like he did find it or remembered. So both sides do have that now. Again, Roshan, you see the dire side's now hiding there, but still 20 more seconds. It's coming up soon, though. So it's just being very patient.
And this is a chance for Vici to get some of the net worth lead extended here, because LGD can't leave where they are right now. They have nowhere to TP to anywhere close to the pit, so they've got to keep 3 to 4 members right on top of it. Whereas Vici still has their shrine, they still have a bunch of different ways to get there. The worry here is if LGD just zergs this right away, Vici's not in the best position. And this is a chance for Vici to get some of the net worth.
Well, now they know this, they go right in. Going for it.
This has to be an indicator. 2 unmicro illusions sitting outside the rush pit.
There's that beautiful Fisher.
Yeah.
And that might just do it. Yep, they're gonna get it. Roshan goes down. Ursa actually picks up the Aegis right there and repels the Flight of Chaos Knight as they're in retreat here. Is VG. So not gonna engage into a fight.
Reiki, we might be in this game for a long time.
Be a long one.
CK switching up the hard idea, looking instead to go for the Manta. Probably feeling like if he gets globaled but he's not getting focused, he doesn't want to blow the BKB to get rid of global. Manta is an easy way to do that. And it ups your burst potential a ton. When you have this many items, having extra illusions just makes so much damage on Chaos Knight.
And now we see the Dagon coming out for Puck. So level 2 picked up on him. Working towards that level 5, just getting that heavy magic burst here. Target, he decides to jump. Starting to do these late luxury items now appearing. Green Core in the works for Omni Knight, meanwhile. Shiva's finished on Phoenix. I mean, we mentioned in Phoenix's farm earlier on in Struggle, but obviously 150 gold per minute talent at level 15 helps with all that, and he almost even has an Ags now on top of this. That's going to be new.
Yeah.
Same teammates.
The Ags is super high risk with an insanely high reward, because once this Ags gets picked up, if they do focus down this 4700 HP Chaos Knight and Phoenix sits in the back line, he can just dive in, grab the CK, and if the Egg lives, that's a full reset for CK. But it's really risky. If Ursa just BKBs and hits the Egg, that could mean disaster, because if the Egg dies with someone in it, both players die.
Going over little talents here, and you see a little 5 on Ursa. He did get the 14 level stats. Chaos Knight's almost there. Is that a jump? No, or Shaker gets back. But Chaos Knight, Reality Rift pierces spell immune or 20% CDR.
That's a hard choice in this game. It all depends on how he feels like fights are going. In this game, I'm probably saying CDR. I think having the ult up more often is going to be what makes or breaks you. And can be the difference of if a buyback is going to win you the game or not. So I would like to see the CDR. I don't think the BKBs have done that much against him. But yeah, we'll have to see. I think either one's fine.
Cooldown reduction there. I see it being brought up in chat. Sorry, guys, but CDR, that's what that means. Double damage rune onto Ursa here.
What about Phoenix is 25? He's actually getting close.
He is?
That one's hard. Since you and Ag, I think you take hit count.
I think I was just about to say, yeah.
Yeah, if you were all on your own and it was just a zoning tool that if it blew up, great. Maybe you take stun duration.
Rhythm and engagement here. Repel's put up. He's got a slide of bouncing around quite a bit.
Wet noodle fight.
Yeah, nothing really coming of it. Wet noodle fight.
It's a term from another game that we do not mention in DOTA2.
Shaker just popping that enchant totem over and over again. His level 25 as well. That's gonna be fun to see. I mean, 600 health. That's a lot of life, but having a 5 or I guess 3-second enchant totem at that point would be pretty solid. Definitely not going on this. Move the R. Maybe a different story. Ursa wants to go in. Well, he regrets it pretty quickly. Lifted up in the air, zapped on through, and hexed on up, and the Dagon even comes out, and Ursa will fall. That's an Aegis burn right there. Not the most committed.
Yeah, they got the Aegis for nothing, essentially.
And Dagon level 5 now purchased that 420 gold per minute talent. Level 3, I guess. Okay, I thought he actually got level.
He's getting there. 420 GPM, just give it a couple minutes.
Chaos Knight almost getting level 25 through that, but not there just yet. We'll have that answer soon, but you're right with Phoenix, the 2+ supernova hit count. Perhaps makes the most sense there. And then I don't even know, what does he even get?
He gets a substantial heal, I think. Same. I'm not taking D10 in this. The slow's nice, but the only reason I would say to get that is it makes Ember's ult remnants go out slower. Other than that, I don't think it's other.
Oh, they caught Ember. And he can play with this. He's hexed up. The global silence in response, of course, Repel's put up on Chaos Knight, but obviously
his BKB cooldown's 35 seconds, 33 seconds. Like, great, you force the BKB, but it doesn't do anything.
That's true. And he had pressure worst case.
This is the hard spot, though, because TK is really struggling to get in.
Playing Chaos Knight. He has gone in right here. He's going to pop the Phantasm. Lutens are up, and he's running, though. BKB's going off all over the place. Reality Rift 11 pops the Echo Slam, that is, but the BKB targets immune to all that damage. They're going to be fine. Hex on up. Ember Spirit. He also dig onto the face. He takes the Chaos Bolt to the face as well. He's stunned out, and Ember Spirit is going to get picked up in the end. He has a buyback, though. Earth Spirit. Brethren right here. Victoria not going to be getting out of this one, and he'll go down, too. That all started with a Chaos Knight getting dumped. Ended up working out for VG, a 3-for-0 favor.
How do you kill this monster? He's so tanky. Like, that was just a really tough spot for 11 there, too, because all of those Chaos illusions were there, and he knew he was going to get gone on, so he had to hit the Echo right then, and all it did was clear the CK ult. You basically traded your entire Earthshaker's life in cooldowns just to stop that ultimate. And now the buybacks are going to have to slow.
Earth buys back, but you definitely need at least Earthshaker, probably even Ember, honestly, at this point.
This is enough that if they respect you, back. But
there you go. There's the buyback on everyone. But man, Ursa's just dead. He barely lives though. Pops the range. Going at him with the chaos out of chaos. That what falls. There's your answer. He gets a little too committed right there, and he's for 95 seconds with no buyback. Amy's in trouble. He's gonna be ran down on the Phoenix, and now you also see Omni Knight guarding the agent lane with a safe him. He gets purged off immediately, and he's dead too. So LGD, they did buy back on 3 heroes, but now they're pushing back themselves.
That cheese was so clutch on Ursa. If he dies there, there's so little LGD can do to turn that fight back around in their favor, but he gets the cheese off with only a couple hundred health and no mana, and totally turning it around. Oh man. I want Phoenix to go blink. Just if he had blinked there, he could have blinked supernova to CK, potentially turn that around, but he's struggling to find a way in against the global silence from the last word, and Silencer is a hero basically.
Now Chaos, now you are not that threatening. Okay, he does have a buyback now. That's right. Okay, so he just got it. That's huge. So now it's VG's turn to hold off against LGD. That's what just happened. To get them maybe overcommitted. Ember Spirit especially doesn't have a buyback, and neither does Ursa, right? No, he does.
Ember Spirit, your Shaker, and
Ember's the big one. Ember goes in pretty deep. Oh no, don't tell me. This is Ursa. He jumps on a Rubik. Rubik will fall shortly after. Buyback on a Rubik immediately. Gem has dropped. 11 wanted that gem, damn it. He'll pick it up and stealth away.
And that was the only goal for LGD. They forced at least one buyback and they opened shrines up. Opening the shrines up are going to make it so that Roshan's even easier for them. This is such a back and forth game. I still couldn't call who's got the upper hand overall.
Oh no, there's no upper hand here. This is a game that you just kind of accept what happens in the end. Anything can happen. This is not a game where any team has any quote-unquote upper hand. I don't care if they're up, you know, they were been up by... I mean, look at the graph. The graph's still updating because up here it suggests they're barely 1,000 net worth, yet on the graph it suggests they're about a 5,000 net worth lead. Kind of funny.
I don't know what's up. The Valve system behind it. Yeah, it got weird. Where's Lareth? Hey, Uncle, help!
Somebody. Vici wants to go out, but you got to figure Roshan once again is going to be a factor here. 40 more seconds before he's up.
It's literally going to come down to like Omni Knight versus Earthshaker. That's going to be what makes or breaks these fights. If Omni can save CK from something disastrous, Phoenix can also come in the clutch and try to pull off a big save. Or does 11 catch 2 very big heroes in Echo's Lane again? It's really the entire game. And these fights for LGD are just these slow burns. This Ember is just putting out so much damage over the course of a team fight. And then once somebody's low, Ursa pounces. I haven't ever felt like a game was this close at 60 minutes with an Ursa in the game.
Well, it is. 600 health talent chosen by Earthshaker. Phoenix is level 25, and he did get the hit count. +2 supernova hit count there. Chaos Knight did actually go for the Pierce Spell immune as well. So we have some answers now. Where's what's going to go? Omni Knight basically is going to be there after this Roshan kill happens. LGD doesn't even want to remotely fight this. It's almost like they're AFK, just sitting in their base at exact position.
I mean, this is exactly what Dota was 2 years ago. One team gets Roche, but you're not right there to defend it, so you just have to let it go. You're so afraid of having your buybacks that you already committed, and you lose the game. Like, if you're LGD, they're like, okay, we can take this another 4 minutes, just wait for our buybacks.
I'm just going in the obvious stuff here, but the illusion's a little difficult to kill. There's a bit of effort there. Now that Daedalus on Ursa, he is scary. Use of Blade level 2 also keyed up.
Daedalus, not Bloodborne. Oh, interesting.
About that first. Yeah, I even saw he was going through a butterfly option earlier, so really a lot of just change of mind in this game on both sides.
Yeah, we really have. I mean, right now the CK is probably going through the same thing. He has butterfly queued up, which is very nice, gives him a ton of armor, and the evasion's the most important thing. But in the back of my mind, if I'm looking at that, I'm always wondering, do I just go halberd at this point? It's more strength, it's still some evasion.
Keep And the creep wave pushed up right here. It's already inside. And the repel put up on a Chaos Knight. And everything is ready on either side as far as ultis go. And they will take the tier 3 middle lane, but they're not going to necessarily back off either. Earthshaker, they don't see him here. They can't get any vision down. Just going to send the illusions down here now.
Yeah, this is where I really appreciate Chinese Dota. This is a lot of respect being given to both sides. Both teams want to find the best initiation they can, and they're willing to seed buildings to get there.
In. BKB popped by Amy here. Uh-oh, block off. From the Earthshaker. Gets pulled over the audience to the Phantasm, but Alp has to be careful and survive through this. So Chris Dyer on through with that Sun Array just flying all around right there. Ursa getting low. Lotus Orb, though, trying to help keep him alive, stunned out, but not going to be enough. And 4 staff support. The cool silence going off, and nobody dies.
Hey, use your buttons. Time to back up and reset. The creeps did end up taking the tier 3 bottom now, so all of the racks remaining are exposed for LGD. But man, the Echo Slam alone is still cleaning up the entire CK Phantasm.
Yeah, the illusions melting away.
Is it worth saving them? You could have Rubik pick up a pipe or something and just pipe the Earthshaker's looking to go in. I don't know. This is just a weird game. Right now, it's just keep CK alive. You're Vici. That's your entire game plan.
Keep his illusions alive and just keep on going in with the Manta style. We're just seeing here over and over. He actually has his own butterfly queued up. And with the illusions, it's going to make him even more difficult. Ursa again jumps in. He can be ready once again. Somnus also harassing with that slide of fist. Nice stun lockdown, but don't want to go too deep. Bottom lane, Puck is also just keeping the pressure down here. So basically, it's just a bottom middle split push here. By VG, and Lgd is overall doing a decent job of defending both, but it's obviously not the easiest thing to do. Another Fisher, no, not gonna happen just yet. The illusion's coming out. There we go from the flank. Somnus going in. They catch Cast 9. They lock him down, actually. He is gonna damn low. Puck, he's in panic mode, though. They do kill him. He's down for 99 with the buyback, though. Somnus trying to catch up to the Phoenix. Will not be able to do so. Puck, meanwhile, finally gets back in the bottom lane. All the Earthshaker. Let's see if we can find him or somebody. Rubik might be that somebody. FY hanging around perhaps a little bit too long. No, blinked out.
I gotta cut you off. That literally was won and lost by the Earth Spirit there. Oh my, Victoria with the huge plays. They're gonna end up grabbing. Victoria silenced the Phoenix mid-dive to stop the egg that would have saved CK.
Well, that was huge right there. They are going to lose Earthshaker, though, and he's down for 105 seconds. And there is that save from Phoenix on a Rubik, and Ursa goes down. Double kill for the Phoenix, and now Silencer also in trouble. Going to be lifted up. Earthshaker does have a buyback now. Ursa uses his, and Silencer dies there too, but there come the buybacks. Obviously, we have Chaos Knight. He's back in this fight with his own buyback here. That was without the Chaos Knight initially. They ended up winning that later fight. In the bottom lane, you see the rain tracks going down to the illusions. Oh my gosh, this game is just non-stop chaos. One more the Chaos Knight. Omni Knight, you don't want to go all out though. Yang, he's kind of just toying with it. Just keeping his distance, a slow kicking in. Every Spirit, we talked for Fire Red. It's also being slow. Every Spirit ties you. That could be it. Oh, he barely gets away in top. He does have a buyback actually, but Melee Racks does go down nonetheless. The Mega Creeps one Melee Racks away. Puck has been just constantly pushing the bottom during this whole time. There we go with the final Mega Creeps spawning now right at this point. And there's he's limping away. That would be a dieback for him. Barely gets a 4 staff in time to chase. They use him up in the air. Yang wants this in. Damn it, he'll get it. Yes, he will. Pounds his face into the ground with that hammer of his. Guardian Angel coming in as well. And this is the final push for Vici.Gaming. It seems like Somnus, the last stand coming out. Icarus Diver, more so Supernova use though. In response, they snipe out the Earthshaker, no buyback, and Ember Spirit, what could he do really by himself? Him and the Silencer, not a whole lot is the answer.
Honestly, what an attempt for LGD. And Victoria almost won that game with the silence of the Phoenix ult there, but coming up a little short. Ursa just struggles to be super relevant 65 minutes into a game, and what do you do against a CK that's legitimately having a lot of it? It's just way too hard to deal with. So, well played by Vici to actually just hold their composure, play the backs well, and know when to push their limits a little bit.
Like a good 65-minute game. happen right here, and that's Vici.Gaming picking up their second victory and now going to 2-3 here on the record. Like we said from the beginning, don't let the records fool you. Anything could really happen in this game, and it sure did. LGD picks up their first loss here of the group stages. They are now
and no one pushed their limits.